this is Cecil Allen Moore. You're watching American Outlaw Garage. I was going to show you a walk around and a first look, exclusive first glance at our brand new, not really new, but new to us, project. It's an 86 C10 Square Body GM, and we're trying to find a name for it right now. We've been looking, been asking, been talking to some friends and family, and trying to see what we should call this short bed wide box. I got to give it a name. It's an unusual color, like a fleet color. I looked at the warranty card that I found with the truck in the glove box. It's got the original owner's manual and warranty, registration, and all the even the business cards for the salesman that sold it. And we found out that a guy named Carl E. Smith, who owned a petroleum company in West Virginia, bought it new and it had 30 miles on it. And I knew it was some sort of fleet or company truck or something, but I didn't know it was a petroleum company. And evidently I did some snooping on the internet and found out that the guy, Carl Smith, his company got in trouble for owing like $9 million in taxes. So it was a big company. Anyway, let's look at the truck a little better. Y'all be thinking about a name. We're going to do a quick walk around, check it out. Now this is original paint. It's never been painted before. It's kind of got that cool patina look that a lot of folks are really digging right now. It looks like an old shop truck or something, you know. Very easily go that way. It's not real beat up. You can see, let's see if we can look down the side here. It does have a couple places that need some smoothing. One's right there. You can see. There's a little dent behind the bumper here. It's hard to really tell it, but it's right here in this area. You can see that. I think we can pop that out. Badges have been removed. It's got these funky trailer style mirrors or whatever you call them. I think when the company bought it, they probably, looks like they took just the little standard mirrors off. We'll probably be putting those back on. Getting rid of the trailer mirrors. And check it out here, the fenders and the rockers are all pretty damn solid until you get to the bed or the cab corners. Cab corners on both sides look about like that, and I'll show you the other one here in a minute. The bed's been pushed in right here a little bit too. Not a bad one. It's not too bad. It can be fixed. It's the cool thing about growing up in a body shop and a garage. You kind of know how to do a lot of this stuff. It's really dirty, mainly. You can see they pulled this trim off that went right behind the back window. All the rubber's not dry rotted or anything. It looks nice and pliable and whatever else you want to call it. It's the rubber's still good on the windows on both the front and the rear. The bed inside, this is how they brought it to me. It's dirty, it needs cleaned up. There's no rust hardly anywhere on this truck. It's got a couple dings on that front panel right there in the bed. That's not rust. Once again, that's just like dirt and filth. It needs scrubbed out. We'll probably put a bed liner in it, a roll in or a spray in. Tell they've carried some heavy stuff right here because it's pushed the bed down right around the floor of it on the in between those cross members that go underneath the bed. There's a hole puncture right there. I got a couple extra rallies. Looks like that one's an 8 and that one's probably a 7 maybe, or could even be skinnier. But extra gas filler neck because this thing has 2 tanks on it. There's where you mount the spare tire. That was an option right here in the back of the bed. Got a tank on this side and one on the other. Not sure about these bed rails either. What do you guys think? Should I pull them? Should we leave them? Not certain. I think the roughest part on it maybe, there's another dent that needs addressed, but it's not a bad one. The roughest part on this thing I think is this old tailgate. It's kind of been beat up a little bit, but they get beat up, so I think we can find one. It's got the old step bumper that a lot of people put on these things. I've seen a lot of them with them. Another dent over there. It's a pretty common place that gets pushed in. Bed rails. I'm leaning towards to pull those off. I don't know. Once again, y'all let me know what you think. Little bit of rust right here. You can see this, but it's not into the inside. The wheel lip it is, but it's not in there that bad or nothing. But that can be fixed pretty easy. It's under here and it's pretty straight and solid right there. Check this out. It's yellow everywhere, like it should be. It's not beat up. It's not tore up. It's pretty clean. For an 86. Unmolested. Nice and straight right there on the bed bottom. There's the second gas tank lid. The other one's hooked up. This tank has been removed because they get gunked up and you just gotta do it sometimes. $100 for a new gas tank. We'll add the second one in. There's this other cab corner. Great majority of these trucks rust in these areas. Usually it's that cab corner, this whole rocker, part of the floor underneath, maybe even some of the front fender, and the bottom of the door usually rusts out. These are solid, just the cab corners. Looks like somebody might have scuffed it down with either some Brillo or I don't know, some light sandpaper or something at one point in time. Get the rust in this inner fender here, like all of them pretty much do. Needs cleaned up more than anything, and we're about to do that. So yeah, it's really pretty solid. Somebody put this phantom grill in it. It covers the headlights, and I'm thinking this year might have had the single lights, and they might have swapped over to the over-under duals. But you can see it has those dual lights in there and the big turn signal, big square on either side. But let's look inside. Mexican blanket seat. It's got black door panels. I think it was a tan interior. I don't think it was black, but I could be wrong. The seat, you can see is tan. The seat belt, you can see is tan. The armrests are tan. Kick panels are tan. Dash this is a dash cover. It's black. The dash pad underneath is black though, but they could have replaced that along the way too. So visors, let me see, sun visors are tan. Windshield has if you can see it, little crack in it right here on the left side. Not really in the field of vision or nothing. It's kind of along the roof pillar. It's got a Sun Super Tech and 3 aftermarket gauges: oil, water temperature, and volts. See how much electricity you got coming in. But anyway, let's look at these doors. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, solid. All around. All around. Factory stickers. Dirty, dirt, filth, stuff like that. But no rust. Nice. Here. Inner rockers. Little surface pull off right there. Need to clean it, need to grind it, need to get it clean and addressed before it is rust, but it'll be, it's not really rusted through. It's like a surface rust that, if left to go further, will eat a hole in that right there. And these usually all rust out. I've seen very few of them that don't have rust. We're gonna fix all this though. You can see yellow under here. Here's the floors, not rusty, surprisingly. Usually they rust right there where this one will if it's left unattended. All this nasty, wet, moist dirt gets trapped and water sits on it. It sits there, holds water on the area, and eventually eats a hole in it. We're not there at that point yet. And we have this strategic running of a speaker wire coming in here. Check this out. All right. This crimped part was back here behind the door rubber. Not a good idea, because what happens is when you close this door, there's this rubber. This part of the channel has a groove on the back side, and it sits on that lip of that metal, and when that door shuts on it, it pinches that, and it's going to cause a short in those speakers. So we'll fix that later. And just going to be cleaning this floor out, probably pulling the original vinyl mat, or whatever you call these things, rubber mat, vinyl mat. Pulling it up. We've got a Grant GT steering wheel and Mexican blanket. Just a metal roof like a lot of the standards came in. Visors. Dirty. Dirt everywhere. Everywhere. Needs a deep cleaning. See all that junk done in there? Yeah, we're gonna pull this seat out and we're gonna scrub this sucker. It's gonna be all clean. And we might put some, not sure yet, we may do some sound insulation deadening, sound deadening insulation on the lower part right there, and get rid of those speakers and put some kind of better system in it. Nothing major, just something that sounds good.